It's hard to believe that October has arrived, but it has, and that means it's spooky season. Nothing says spooky quite like Halloween, and lo and behold, the new Halloween Kills film has arrived just in time for the spooky season. Stay tuned to find out everything you need to know about the Halloween Kills film. Let's get right into it. What do we know about Halloween Kills? Halloween, like other successful blockbusters, has arguably had a few too many sequels. However, Halloween 2018 was a resounding success, putting the series back on track. If you're interested in seeing where it goes next, you'll want to see Halloween Kills. And you're in luck, as it was just released on October 15th, just in time for the spooky season. Halloween Kills is a horror slasher film that is part of the Halloween film series, which is directed by David Gordon Green and written by Green, Danny McBride, and Scott Teems. It was released just recently on October the 15th. Can you believe that the film is the 12th episode in the Halloween franchise and is a direct sequel to 2018's Halloween? Jamie Lee Curtis and James Jude Courtney continue their roles as Laurie Strode and Michael Myers, respectively, in the film. Thomas Mann and Anthony Michael Hall have joined the cast, along with Andi Matichak, Judy Greer, and Will Patton, who continue their roles from the last movie. So what can we expect to see in Halloween Kills? It seems as though Michael Myers is not finished terrorizing the Strodes on Halloween yet. Laurie Strode, her daughter Karen, and granddaughter Allison, Andi Matichak, are rushed to the hospital with very serious, life-threatening injuries after leaving masked monster Michael Myers caged and burning in Laurie's basement. Laurie's very confident that she has finally killed her lifelong tormentor. However, after Michael is free of Laurie's trap, he resumes his rampage on terrorizing her and her family. Laurie urges the entire town of Haddonfield to rise up against their unstoppable monster as she fights her pain and prepares to protect herself against him. The Strode women join a gang of other survivors of Michael's previous rampage who decide to take matters into their own hands and organize a vigilante mob to track down Michael for good. Some of the biggest questions answered. Warning, there are heaps of spoilers ahead, so if you haven't yet watched the horror movie, then maybe skip this part or come back later. Michael Myers has returned to Haddonfield and is prowling the streets once more, but this time, the townspeople are fighting back. If you've seen Halloween Kills, you'll know that the film took several risky moves, including a significant fatality and a startling dive into the mystery behind the shape. We've answered all of your burning questions about the film, from what's revealed about Michael to who survived his most recent bloodbath. Let's dive straight in. Is Karen Strode dead? First up, a question that many were wondering after watching the film was, Karen Strode really dead? Well, sadly, yes. Karen Strode, Laurie's daughter, is a member of the gang pursuing Michael. Karen is able to get there just in time to save her own daughter Allison from the boogeyman's knife, unmasking him and tempting him outside with that terrifying visage. She's preparing a trap for the shape. The mob will be waiting for him when he steps out onto the street. Karen, on the other hand, makes the fatal error of presuming Michael Myers is dead. She returns to the Myers house and takes up position in Judith's bedroom, watching out the window. Once the mob is finished with him, you can probably guess what went down next. Michael enters the room and repeatedly stabs Karen. She unfortunately falls to the ground and dies. So what happened to Laurie Strode? Laurie spends the entire film in the hospital, recovering from the horrific abdomen wound she received in the last film. That means she's safe and well, far away from Michael's rampage. Well, the Halloween franchise thrives because of our good and evil, our Laurie Strode and our Michael Myers. Green explained why Michael and Laurie are separated throughout the film. The purpose of this film was to paint a picture of Haddonfield as a whole. It was a great way for us to integrate new people along with bringing back legacy characters from the 78 film and reintroducing those characters that were brought onto camera in the 2018 film, which is all achieved by breaking apart Laurie and Michael, who are both central to the Halloween franchise. Splitting them away accomplishes two goals: generates those twin universes that begin to revolve around each other, and it creates the anticipation of how they will collide. What went down at the Myers house? In 1963, a young Michael Myers disguised himself as a clown and killed his sister Judith with a knife. He's returned home after all these years. The couple, who have moved into Michael's boyhood house, are quickly dispatched. The Myers house becomes the site for part of the film's climactic showdown. Allison, Lonnie, and Cameron go to confront Michael on their own, but Lonnie insists on going alone. We discovered earlier in the film that Lonnie had escaped an encounter with the boogeyman on Halloween night 1978, but he's found dead and pushed into the attic doorway this time. Why did Officer Hawkins not kill Michael? Officer Hawkins first appeared in 2018 2018's Halloween when he attempted to take down Michael and was attacked by Dr. Sartain. Hawkins ultimately ends up in the same hospital room as Laurie after Cameron saves his life early in Halloween Kills. In a flashback, we find that he had the opportunity to assassinate Michael not once, but twice in 1978. The Shape grabbed another police officer the first time, and Hawkins mistakenly shot him instead of the boogeyman. The next time, Dr. Loomis, Michael's doctor in the original film, was about to execute Michael on the street when Hawkins interfered and stopped the execution. Who was the other patient who escaped with Michael? On the news, 2 patients are shown escaping Smith's Grove Psychiatric Hospital. One is Michael, while the other has nothing to do with the Shape. The second patient, on the other hand, escapes at the same time as Michael and is now caught up in the mayhem as the mob searches down the boogeyman. Unfortunately, despite Karen's best efforts, the other patient commits suicide after the mob misidentifies him as the evil monster, Michael Myers, and pursues him through the hospital. Was Michael after Laurie specifically? While much of the franchise's established history was removed in 2018, one thing that stayed was the link between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. While Michael stalked Laurie in the first Halloween, the Shape went on a random murdering rampage until he arrived at the Strode compound in the sequel. However, it is revealed in Halloween Kills that Michael was not directly seeking Laurie on the 2018 Halloween. In fact, as part of his preoccupation with Michael, Dr. Sartain took him to the Strode mansion. Turns out that the boogeyman is on his way back to the old Myers house where he grew up. Officer Hawkins recalls watching a young Michael gazing out the window in Judith Myers' bedroom during play dates at the house as a toddler, before he killed his sister in the same area. Whatever Michael's intentions are, they almost certainly have something to do with Judith, just as they did in the first film. What will go down at Halloween Ends? Karen's death will undoubtedly have far-reaching consequences for Laurie and Allison. However, what happens next remains a mystery for the time being. The only thing we do know is that the following chapter will not be a simple one-on-one confrontation between Laurie and Michael. For our third chapter, we're going in a completely different way, Green explained. Jamie Lee Curtis has also revealed some details about the third installment. Given what I know about the upcoming film, I believe it will be the last time I portray Laurie, she said. And I'm not saying, oh, because I'm going to die. That hasn't got anything to do with it. I'm referring to the emotional construct they've created. It'll be a fantastic way to wrap out this trilogy, in my opinion. There is no doubt Halloween Ends will tie up all loose ends and will more than likely be the last installment of the horror film series, and is set to be released around this time next year. Remaining burning questions we need answered. What is the true driving force of Michael Myers? When the crowd beats him up in the finale, Michael appears to be inspired by their anger and rises to kill them. However, the film never explains how he's able to heal, regenerate, and level up in this manner. A terrible force appears to be at work, but we never learn what the mysterious energy is that gives Michael a second chance. Why is Laurie's family so terrible at defending themselves? In this installment of Halloween, Laurie is resting in the hospital, so her daughter Karen and granddaughter Allison take center stage. They're definitely not the smartest tools in the shed, though, because when Allison discovers Michael at home, she rushes up close instead of firing the shotgun from afar. This gives him the upper hand and allows him to slice her. Karen then stabs Michael in the back with a rake and throws him down the stairwell face down. Despite the fact that they know he's near immortal, she fails to ram the rake into his exposed head. And there you have it, everything you need to know surrounding Halloween Kills, the latest installment of the Halloween horror film series. Be sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Have you seen the film yet? Which Halloween installment has been your favorite so far? Let us know. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.